Hello students, today we are going to read a story from your book Honeysuckle named Fair Play. Chapter 7. Student, has your best friend ever done something you thought was wrong? What did you do then? Did you keep quiet or did you tell your friend what you thought? In this story, we will read about two friends who had decided what was important, friendship, enmity, or a sense of what is right and what is wrong. So let's read the story, Fair Play. Juman Sheikh and Algu Chaudhary were good friends. So strong was their bond of friendship that when either of them went away from the village, the other looked after his family. Both were greatly respected in the village. Students, in this story, there are two friends named Juman Sheikh and Algu Chaudhary, those who were true friends. Their relationship was very deep. They even took care of each other's family whenever one of them had to go out of our village. Both were respected for their loyalty and sincerity to each other in the village. Juman had an old aunt who had some property. This she transferred to him on the understanding that she would stay with him and would look after her. The arrangement worked well for a couple of years. Then the situation changed. Juman and his family were tired of old relatives. Juman became indifferent to her as his wife, who grudged even the little food that the old lady wanted every day. She swallowed this insult along with her food for a few months, but patience has no limit. Now, Juman has an old aunt who has some property which she transferred in his name. In return, she expected him to look after her. This settlement worked in her favor for 2 years. After that, Juman and his family behavior towards her changed. They were fed up of her. Juman showed no interest in her. His wife gave her food unwillingly. She tolerated these misbehaviors for a few days. One day she spoke to Juman. "My son, it is now obvious that I am not wanted in your house. Kindly give me a monthly allowance so that I would set up a separate kitchen. My wife knows best how to run the house." "Be patient," said Juman seamlessly. This made his aunt very angry and she decided to take her case to the village panchayat. When she would not bear any longer, she spoke to Juman. She said that she knew it clearly that nobody liked her in the house and she was unwanted, so it would be better if he would give her some amount of money on a monthly basis so that she could manage her kitchen independently. Juman seamlessly replied to her that his wife knew the house matter better. This kind of response made her angry and upset. She thought of taking the case to the village. For many days, the old lady was seen talking to the villagers, explaining her case and seeking their support. Some sympathized with her, others laughed at her, and few others advised her to make it up with her nephew and his wife. At last, she came to Algu Chaudhary and spoke to him. "You know, Chachi, Juman is my best friend. How can I go against him?" Algu said. "But it is right, my son, to keep mum and not say what you consider just and fair," pleaded the old lady. "Come to the panchayat and speak the truth," she said. Algu didn't reply, but her words kept ringing in his ear. The old lady spoke to the villagers, talked about everything in detail, the whole matter, and asked of their help. Some people paid her Some made fun of her, and some others suggested her to patch up with her nephew and his wife. Finally, she met Algu Chaudhary and had a word with him. Algu hesitated and said that it is not possible for him. Algu hesitated and said that it was not possible for him to go against his friend. Then old lady requested him to propose a question. She asked him if was right thing to keep quiet and not to speak anything for which he thought was right. She further stressed him to come to the panchayat and speak for what was right. Algu did the same. Algu didn't say anything, but her word was bothering him.